Hey, my speaker family. Of course, this is just being me coming to you with a video. How's everyone doing this evening? Hopefully, you've had a wonderful week thus far. I know we've had a lot of things going on these YouTube streets lately, and we're going to just try to catch up, go over a couple of little topics. As you can see in my thumbnail, I have quite a few people in here that we're going to kind of go over and discuss and, just get into it a little bit. Now, before we all actually get into everything, if I could get everyone to please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have not already, please turn on your notification bells. So, of course, whenever another video is uploaded, you will be the first to be notified. Now, of course, I'm not going to hold you, as I always say. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Now, first thing I had wanted to discuss is the situation going on here where we know, or if you had an opportunity to see or hear the actual Ricky Smiley interview this morning, where supposedly Latasha was maybe in another studio at where they, broadcast the Ricky Smiley show. And Gary with the T had made a comment in reference to the alleged $30,000 being missed. And I guess Latasha may have heard it. So prior to her coming over, they were kind of making a couple of jokes about it. And, Ricky even went so far as calling Latasha Natasha. And, of course, he corrected it. Well, Latasha, had advised someone that she would like to come over and give her side, to kind of clear some things up. So, of course, she came over. She, presented herself. She, they asked her a couple of questions. I have it recorded, but I really, really don't want to play it. I'm really, really trying to stay away from any copyrights or anything. And again, on my channel, all things are alleged, entertainment purposes, and of course, in my opinion. I don't need nobody coming for me. I don't want no smoke, but I do try to bring my speakers facts. And anytime that, I say anything, I do try to reference it, being that I am trying to hold off from playing clips and, things of that nature. I like to, advise you where you could go and actually hear the full interview. So the full interview with Ricky Smiley is actually on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, which you can hear, I think, right here on YouTube. But anywho, they was just asking her some questions in reference to everything that's been going on, especially the things between her and her sister. So she was asked, what's up with that? Of course, automatically Latasha went into kind of defense mode, said she don't know nothing about that. She's still saying that Tamika is lying, although we seen several receipts. Ricky even mentioned to her, well, we saw the, receipts. She had receipts saying this. And she said she don't know nothing about, none of that. Ricky had said, well, she even had her accountant on there, which of course, we know it wasn't her accountant. He had kind of got it confused and was thinking that Tiny's mother was an accountant, which, they corrected her, and DaBrat, interjected and said, no, that was actually Lil Tamika, which is Tiny. That was her mom. And pretty much she was kind of giving us the breakdown of how it all came about with the royalties. So, you know, again, Latasha is kind of, debunking everything. And then DaBrat kind of stepped up and, she said, well, pretty much by me knowing, and had, dealings with the group in the past when we were younger, because of course, they were in the industry at that time. I think DaBrat was also signed to So Def as well and worked really, really close with Jermaine Dupri. So, of course, they probably came in contact with each other on tours and concerts all the time. So she said she just always noticed where in the past, Candy has always been the one that, seemed to be unhappy and sad, because it seems as though they always allowed Latasha to kind of have the louder voice, and she assumed that it was because she was the older, one in the group. Well, of course, Latasha, no, that's not true. And when was it that, she was so sad. I don't remember her being unhappy. And DaBrat was like, yeah, it's plenty of times I've seen her, and it seems as though, she was unhappy with some of the things, because it did seem as though you pretty much was the one that, got top priority in the group. And she said, and was that because of me? And DaBrat was like, I don't know. All I'm saying is it just seems as though she was unhappy. And of course, we've heard, Candy do interviews saying that, pretty much she felt as though Latasha kind of was a little pushy, and it could have been again because she was the older one. And DaBrat also made mention that I always have known for Tamika to always have your back. So it always seemed like it was always a 2-on-2 situation, meaning Latasha and Tamika against Tiny and Candy, because of course Tamika always had her sister's back. And that's something that Tamika always tend to go back to, how much she has had her sister back, how much she has taken her side, whether right or wrong, she's always taken her side. And now we hear someone that was there in the flesh with them, working with them, that is pretty much kind of saying the same exact thing. From what she observed, this is how, things kind of happen between the group. Now, what I'm curious of is, will Jermaine Dupri ever speak on any of this? Is because to me, he's the one that's going to really be able to put it, the nail in the coffin as far as the group and the issues within the group. I can't really say as far as the money is concerned, because I'm not sure how much he know of that. He probably know of it, but I don't know how much he was in, because that, of course, that was handled by Sound Exchange. It didn't necessarily come from So Def. It came from Sound Exchange. So I'm not really sure what he could kind of elaborate on with that. But when it comes to the issues and what all went and took place within the group, he would probably be the better one to speak, in reference to how everything kind of transpired within the group. Latasha also said that, she felt like she was bullied. Now, I did hear a little later where it seems as though maybe DaBrat and Rocky and Latasha was kind of talking. And of course, to me, it sounded to me like he was kind of like trying to fast talk her. You from the Shy too, like trying to seem as though to me he's pulling one of these tactics. Let me try to pull you in on our side. Like, stop trying to get people to, team up with you to perhaps go against or debunk what somebody else have to say. Just because both of y'all from Chicago don't mean that this woman is finna jump on your team. What they got to do with anything? Both of y'all reside in Atlanta as of right now. So what does Chicago even really have to do with any of this? And you know how I get down. You always claim that somebody know how you get down, but really, who cares? Because at this point, we all see how you get down, and it is not a good look. So I wish you kind of stop bragging on it, because allegedly all the things that have been done and said, it don't look too good for you. And as far as Latasha is concerned, I really think that anyway, for her to even try to mend a relationship with her sister is maybe just cut the interviews out. Just, someone maybe asks you about it. Maybe you need to go ahead and try to go another way, because she said that she ain't speaking on it no more. So maybe you need not speak on it anymore. She came with the receipts and the audacity of you to come out the very next day and pretty much call her a lie yet again, when it was a lot of things that was dropped in black and white. But sometimes they say when you are around someone for so long, you tend to pick up their behaviors and the things that they tend to do. So it's almost like you and Rocky pretty much kind of act alike and starting to think alike, because now it's like you really going along with this. And of course, we're gonna have to say allege about everything, but of course, the woman came with plenty of receipts, dropping them, dropping them. So, anywho, before I actually go into my next topic, which would be getting into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I want to kind of speak on something that I also saw on Facebook here today, where Marsau, I guess he pretty much, is speaking in reference to his home that they are supposedly having built. Now, from my understanding, if we saw, the progression, it wasn't too much progression. It has been a lot said in reference to the property. Is it theirs? Will it ever be a dream home? Well, I guess, he decided today, okay, he gonna speak on it, but really ain't speaking on it. So this is what he had to say. He said, when I hear people talk about how long it's taken me to build my dream home, I think about 27 Edmond Court, 1470 Hood Road, 601 East 92nd Street in Chi-Town, Ninth Ward somewhere in NOLA, Route 4 in Bedford, Virginia, 23 Fair Grove, 550 Fieldview, 640 East Boulevard, 446 University, Midway, Aunt's House, New Jerusalem Deliverance Church floor, Uncle JB's basement, Uncle Des' basement, Lancaster Apartments, Carr, Ron Johnson's basement. It's been much longer than they think, Scott Manor. Now, saying that to say, I would guess that he's saying, to me, you could take it one or two ways. That either where he's living now is better than where he's been in his past, or he is, pretty much saying, it's taking me time to get my dream home, but of course it is in the making, and he's gonna remain humble until he actually get, his dream home off the road. Now, it could mean that maybe he good where he at, and he gonna stay where he at because he been worse. And I respect it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I think people only really was kind of pressing on the situation of the dream home because they were making it such a big deal and a highlight, and people were waiting to see, okay, what's coming of this. We haven't seen much progress being made, and on one season we saw where they were climbing mountains and everything, trying to get up there and work on the project. So of course the project has been taking long and it has been drawn out, but at the same time, I guess he's saying, where he is now or where he's planning on going is way better than what his past has been. And if he's saying it humbly, I definitely respect that, because of course you never want to forget where you come from, but it does motivate you to go harder for what you're looking to get. So I get it. I get it. I get it. I ain't a big fan of Marsau, but he do a lot of times, to me, he does make sense. And this is one of these occasions where I'm gonna take it where he was having a humbling moment. So shout out to him for that. Next, I kind of want to speak to a situation that I heard, where some things kind of transpired on yesterday evening with some content creators. And perhaps a content creator had pretty much, given some information that people thought, I guess, I don't know, come to be not true, or however it may have went. What I would like to say, because, and I guess the reason I'm speaking to it is because I would love to go live. I would love to go live. I would love to connect with all of my speakers. I want it to be like a family. I want this to be our show where we can be free to say what we want to say. But at the same time, it's like I'm kind of nervous to do it because, for one, I'm new. For two, I'm still trying to figure out StreamYard. And for three, I don't want it to be a situation where no one comes in to bash another content creator, or, just belittle someone else or challenge what someone else has said. Because again, I am new, and a lot of what motivated me was watching a lot of content creators here on YouTube. And I really, really look up to all of them, especially now that I am also a content creator. It's not easy, especially when you have another life outside of YouTube, working, family. It's not that easy. So I commend and salute each and every one of them, for what they do. And we all pretty much kind of do our background and get, dig up what we can to bring, our speakers and our family, the best information that we can. And that's why I always try to say, this is alleged. I'm not there. I can't tell you definite. Sometimes, again, if I am not for sure, or can't, say too much on it, I just don't say it at all, because I don't never want it to be where a point, well, no, that ain't happened. Or, I'm not for that, because to be honest, I even joined YouTube as a stress relief. I did it for a stress relief. I don't know if I ever mentioned, but my husband has an illness, and we battle a lot of different things. And YouTube was somewhere I used to come to unwind, to kind of take my mind off of different things. And when I decided to become a content creator, it's because mainly I wanted to be able to share my opinion on some things. And again, I couldn't take over someone else's panel, so I decided to create my own channel. But also at the same time, I don't want it to get to where I'm having to wrestle in the comments with people, or wrestle on live with people, or any of that. And I'm definitely not here to debunk or to put another content creator down, because I say shout out and salute to each and every one of them, especially the ones that have shown me so much love. I definitely appreciate them. Because I have gotten a lot of love from different content creators, and I definitely appreciate them. So over here, when we do decide to go live, just keep in mind that we're going to keep it respectful. Give your opinion, say what you want to say, even in the comments, say what you want to say, feel how you want to feel, but please keep it respectful. And please, if I ask that you please kind of not mention another content creator, but if you are, please don't let it be in a bad light to make the other content creator look a certain way, because we're all in this together, and hopefully we all give shout outs and kudos to everyone, because it's not something that's easy. And I'm pretty sure we all do this, as a pastime. Of course, you can gain revenue from it, but at the same time, this is also maybe an outlet for some of us. So let's just be mindful of the things, said or what have you. And, it is what it is. But anywho, moving forward. So I don't know if you had the opportunity to see, but they actually put out a picture of the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta. All the ladies are looking really, really good. I did get a chance to see the trailer. Again, Bravo don't play, so I will not play any of their clips. But it does look as though that it is going to be a really, really good season. I kind of had got away from Real Housewives of Atlanta, because to me, it just wasn't the same. But if this is a show that you would like for me to cover and review, please leave in the comments or email me. Let me know that you would like to also hear the reviews from this show, and I'll be glad to do that for my speakers. But honey, getting into it, we seen a part of the trailer. We seen that scene where, of course, we heard all about the situation that took place with Martell and Kenya. And supposedly they had got into a very heated discussion. Not really sure what it was about, but I'm going to just read a little passage that was on Urban Bell magazine, and shout out to them. If you don't follow them, they really, really have a lot of good information on her channel, as well as she does have a website. But basically what it says is Martell Hope makes an appearance on the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Months ago, Carlos spilled some interesting tea about the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. He confirmed Love and Marriage Huntsville star Martell Holt filmed some scenes with Sheree Winfield. As reported, Sheree and Martell are currently dating, which is still out for debate. But anywho, so Sheree brought him around the other peaches. Interestingly enough, Carlos also confirmed that Martell had a messy exchange with Kenya Moore while filming a scene. While he didn't give any details about the argument, what the argument was about, Kenya has been vocal about her disgust and distrust of Martell from the beginning. And she said that Sheree could do better than a man who lost his wife to a long-time affair that resulted in a child outside of a marriage. Bravo just released the first look of season 15, and the producers made sure to include the footage of Kenya and Martell's explosive moment. In this scene, Kenya is going off on Martell while Sheree stands there in between them. So, y'all, it is going to be very, very interesting. Now, also, Kenya also stated, Kenya tells Martell, "What did you say to this black queen standing right in front of you? You're blank." Martell and Kenya's messy moment isn't the only highlight of the trailer. Candy Burris is trying her best to deal with the drama coming in the different directions. When she's not having problems with her escape group members, she's pretty busy handling her restaurant issues and clashing with Marlo Hampton. But Sheree couldn't help but to throw a little shade after Candy's cousin was pow-powed at Blaze restaurant and Blaze Steak and Seafood restaurant. So of course we did hear that a while back too. So all of that, what we've pretty much been hearing, on social media, we'll actually see it playing out this coming season. But also, it was kind of alleged that Kenya pretty much kind of let it be known that before Martell and before Martell and Sheree had became whatever they are, that he had kind of tried to holler at her as well. So, it's like, yeah. So what is this giving? And then after she said that, you would have thought, being that her and Sheree are friends, you would have thought that would have kind of made Sheree look at her with a side eye. But again, what is Sheree's motive with Martell? Is it because you need a storyline? Is it because you need to, being that Tyrone didn't work, maybe this is going to be her storyline for the season, and maybe it's alleged true that he is getting paid that 10%. Who knows? But yeah, Kenya kind of stated that he did try to speak, talk to her first. And Candy even made some, alleged accusations in reference to him coming into her restaurant and wanting to be purposely caught on camera with someone and to hook him up with someone, So I don't know what Martell was up to fishing around in them RHOA streets. But of course, we know Martell is trying to stay as relevant as possible, because who knows how long Love and Marriage Huntsville will be on. Now, also speaking of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I did see where Oprah Winfrey actually shouted them out. And pretty much, she was saying kudos to them in reference to their 100th episode coming up. She stated, how proud and she was of the amazing cast that is showing their ability and showing everything they have and putting Huntsville on the map. Now, I'm really grateful, the things that she said, because of course, this is her network and she's shouting them out. But I'm also wondering, does Oprah know about some of the drama that be going on behind the scenes? Does she know some of the things that kind of take place, on these social media streets? Does she know that Ariane tried to tag her and blame her for her not being on the show? Does she know all of that, allegedly? So, but anywho, she did shout them out. And I really think that if this season will be, what Carlos said it will be, and it will give what it's supposed to give, showing the business side of these couples and doing positive things and moving in a positive direction. Now, of course, drama sells. So, of course, there's going to have to be some drama somewhere in there. But we don't want the drama to outweigh, what the whole idea of this particular show is supposed to be. It's good for the throw the mess in the shade in here and there, but at the end of the day, show why these couples were chosen to be on this show. Show the business side, show the transparency, because at the end of the day, all of them need to realize you're on reality TV. So we need to see your real life. And if you're not willing to show that, then you might need to exit stage left, right? whichever stage you choose. But yeah, so it's time to bring it or go head on and part ways. But anywho, kind of moving back over to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they also had a little scene where we see Sheree and Martell sitting down at the table, and baby Sheree say, "What's up with the OnlyFans?" Baby, Sheree is wanting to get in that front of that camera, baby, and make her some OnlyFans money. She must have heard what Black China make, and she trying to see what that money like. I guess Sheree say, whatever is gonna bring in a bag, we for it. It don't matter that we up in age, we still can hit this OnlyFans. Now I'm praying to God that you just said this as a joke, and it got edited and scripted out, and they just caught this little piece. But as we see, your boy is getting, he kind of got caught in a compromising position or taking his pants off. Like, what was you finna do, sir? Was y'all finna start making a movie now? Like, I'm almost ashamed. Like, Martell, now come on. But yet and still, you're out here degrading Mel. But here it is, it's being finna be broadcast in front of millions of people that you and your, I don't know, girlfriend, friend, business partner, I don't know what you want to call her, but anywho, that y'all are sitting up here considering OnlyFans. Now, I ain't saying nothing is wrong with OnlyFans. If anybody watch it, have a channel, shout out to you. Kudos to you. Long as you grown, you do what you want to do. But I'm talking about this man here that is always so critical and judgmental of everyone. For him to sit up here and be a part of a scene where he's being highlighted as if he's potentially gonna have an OnlyFans page, it's questionable. And I would love to know, what in the world does Ariane have to say about this? Now, we all know that she is kind of going around saying, Martell been told me how about these fake relationships and XYZ. Now, is this another thing maybe he telling you to shut your mouth so he could do what he got to do? And him and Sheree really may be an item? Or is it really a fake relationship? I mean, I don't know. Anyways, being that she is so, I'm going to just say what it is, simple-minded, whether it's fake or real, you could tell she tends to get bothered, because if she wasn't bothered by Sheree, she wouldn't have made the comments that she's made in the past about Sheree being old and, just trolling Sheree at one particular point, pretty similar how she did Mel. So how is it fake? Why are you worried about a fake relationship? If he told you it was fake, then why are you worried about it? You commenting on it, and child, somebody gonna have to go and do a wellness check twice a week, because now you finna have Real Housewives of Atlanta coming on and Love and Marriage Huntsville coming on, and her baby daddy is on both of these shows. She ain't gonna know where to turn. She ain't gonna know whether to go live about Real Housewives of Atlanta or go live about Love and Marriage Huntsville. She ain't gonna know where to go. Y'all gonna run her crazy. Why would y'all do this to this woman? Tell me why. She gonna be in at a nervous breakdown between her baby daddy being on two separate shows, pretty much showing off, I guess, his associate, girlfriend, business partner on two different shows, along with running behind his ex-wife and all of that. And your son probably, allegedly driving you crazy. Y'all do a wellness check on her. Do a wellness check on her, because that's just gonna be a lot to deal with. It is gonna be a lot to deal with. And have y'all noticed that week? You remember the weekend, that Saturday, when her and Martell did the live, and he, I guess he was trying to plug in a promotion for her to do her clothes, and go ahead and model your clothes, and what's up with Aries Boutique and this, that, and the other. And he told her, you need to start going live, and did you notice where she started dropping all them old pictures? Like, girl, you modeling and you posting these pictures of these same outfits you posted last year. So you ain't got no updated inventory since last year? Oh, we know what you're doing. You're only doing it because Martell said that you need to be posting because, of course, you know Melody posts all the time with her products. As well as I see where Sheree even be posting that she buy, she not. She be posting her stuff. So you the only one still sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing. And so you decided, okay, well, yeah, let me go ahead and post them. But girl, you chose to post old pictures with old clothes as if you haven't updated your inventory. Wrong move. Glad you stopped. So now you get back being the couch potato. You ain't posting nothing. But I guarantee you, I think April 1st, they're supposed to have like a special premiere. Girl, 9 times out of 10, April 1st, she will be on live before midnight. If not that night, April 2nd, you can guarantee she'll be on there. And I'm going to be waiting because, girl, I am just trying to see what is the deal. You going to be going crazy. And y'all make sure y'all do a wellness check. But anywho, y'all, that is all I had for this evening. Thank each and every one of you for your love, for your support. I promise y'all, I have been reading up on StreamYard. I am new to this. I'm trying to see how to go live where I don't make a pure old ASS out of myself on live. I'm trying to get it together, how it work. And once I get it all figured out, y'all, I promise y'all, we're going to go live. We're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to be able to chit chat and talk and about different topics. And again, everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome as long as you're respectful to everyone in the chat, on the panel. You know, we can do whatever. No judgment zone over here. But anywho, y'all, that was it. Please go ahead and like the video if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bells. Again, if you have any hot topics, anything you would like to share with me, please you can email me. My email will be in the description, as well as you can reach me on Just Being Me Speaks on IG, where you can DM me. And that is it. That is all I have for this evening, y'all. I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your support, and y'all have a good night and have a magnificent Friday. Bye-bye.